Hello, I'm Dragon Ginger,
And I'm Dragoni Brony.
and this is Dragons of Fanfic. So today, before we start, I have to tell this story. So we were at Perkins, and going to check out, pay for the food, right? And I look at the vending machine, and I just look and I say, "Ooh, look, Fluttershy!" And so Bobby's with us, the guy who edits all our videos and sound and does all the cool technical stuff that I'm too lazy or hate my own voice, so I delete it and don't do myself. And Dragoni was there with us, and they just grabbed dollar bills out of their pocket and shoved them at me and was like, "Get it." And I got it. Second try. It was actually kind of impressive.
I'm sorry, I was looking at the others related to this story, and that's a title. The Laughing Times of Xanite, Baron of the Frozen Wastelands, First Among Liches, Lord of the Dead, and Family's Rainbow Magic User.
That's
a title.
Hold up, you said that last bit. And fabulous Rainbow Magic User.
Okay, let's be fair. I can do that together. And Fabulous Rainbow Magic User.
Okay, I have to give you props. You did that way better than I could have.
Embrace the inner queer, and you will always be the strange one in the group.
And yet
Says the person claiming he was more normal than the rest of us by standard.
Yeah, the one who appears
It's
most
a double-edged
normally.
sword.
All right,
Stupid sword.
this is true. So today, we're talking. So today we're talking about different groups on Fimfiction that we really enjoy. You know, we get a lot of stories out of them, and admittedly, I think a couple of these are kind of different. One of Dragoni's is, well, it's Human and Equestria's.
It's pretty expected.
Yeah. I don't think there's too many stories we've talked about that are from you.
That don't have human?
Yeah.
I believe we went in this already, but there's something. The thing that throws me off the most about My Little Pony is it's too pure.
Admittedly, that's why I like realistic stories. Like, okay, one of the groups I really like is Rare and Unusual Ships, which is hilarious. It's just awesome. One of my favorite stories in this group is called Moonstone, and it's 50 Shades of Grey with Pony, and actually written at a 8th grade reading level instead of a 3rd grade reading level. So huge difference already. But
I guess, yeah.
You know,
There wasn't that much of a difference for me, but then again, by 3rd grade, I had pretty far.
Yeah, okay,
so...
for you and me who are avid readers, you know, even at a young age, we were reading at high school and college levels.
I was reading Sherlock Holmes by 2nd grade.
Yeah, this story is really easy to read, but it is, like I said, it's 50 Shades of Grey with fucking Luna and...
You're touching on that one, right?
Huh?
You're touching on that one, right?
Oh, yes. Yes.
I'm pretty sure we did a video on it already, but we're going back to that fucker.
Yes, we are going to talk about that one at some point in time. Hopefully in the near future, if not tonight. But yeah, so Rare and Unusual Ships is one of my personal favorite ones. I'm also a romance kind of guy, so...
Bleeding.
Oh, bleeding hearts of the world unite. Yeah.
It's a lot of vaginas in that room.
Hey, more fucking for me.
Yeah, you're the one with the biggest vagina out of the room.
Biggest dick, thank you very much. I'm the man that can admit he likes the romance.
I like romance too, but you just... Chest floof just sends you off on a whole nother binge. And then you throw that in with romance,
Dude,
and it's
the
like a
chest floof of... it's like,
You throw a chest floof in there, and you put a romance and chest floof in there, he's going to have read it by now, probably. And 2, you have caused Armageddon on me, because he's like, read it! And I'm just like, Jesus! I can get pushed on my stories too,
okay,
damn!
but you are always pushing your stories too. So don't even get me started.
But here's the difference.
Those.
My stories are pushed for varying reasons. Like, this one has a good story, this one has great, this one's just fucking stupid, so read it.
That's the majority of your stories, though. This is so stupid, you have to read it.
Yeah, his are always like, dude, it's so sweet and lovable, or read the chest floof!
Enjoy it. Join the dark side.
I'm honestly surprised you haven't found an author by the name of Chest Floof McGee.
Okay, somebody reserve that account for me. Like, I need that as my secret writing account. Chest Flute McGee.
Chest Flute McGee.
I'll commission Captain Pudge Muffin. Get me a bunch of cover art.
McGee has to be all caps, by the way. Capital Mr. Capital M and all that fun shit, and then
You know what's
Chest
hilarious?
Flute's normal, and then McGee.
I grew up. My mom watches crime shows all the time, and I grew up watching NCIS. So all I can think of is McGee on there.
Oh, speaking
He
of
would have been a brony. I'm just saying, he would totally have been a brony.
You know, I'm just pointing out though, NCIS is not as good anymore.
No, it's not as good anymore.
Well, for one, they got rid of Ziva, like I want to say 3 or 4 seasons back,
Yeah.
and then they just got rid of Denozo.
Oh, but he was half the show.
He was him and Gibbs was the show, and they got rid of Denozo.
And then-
but he's
well,
now starring in a new
Abby-
TV series called Bull. We're not being paid by them, obviously, but I mean, figure might as well advertise for them.
Yeah. Advertisers? What's that?
I mean, hopefully we'll get them.
Not likely. I don't see it.
I don't know. We might get one for Viagra. Dick swinging in the breeze. That a problem for you on a constant daily basis? Get Viagra and you'll be a fucking tree in a blizzard. Not in a blizzard. You'll be a fucking great red oak in the middle of a twister. Tall and proud and bit sore when the ride's done.
No, people, we don't script this stuff. He's coming up with that off the top of his head. Just out of nowhere. He pulls it out of his ass.
No, that's where the free fudge comes from.
I'm 900% done right now.
Oh god, okay, you got to tell. I don't know, should we even think about telling him the free fudge story?
Go ahead. Just go ahead. That's
Okay.
Make that 9,000%.
So
You know what? Let me just grab my phone and look at those texts.
so I'm driving with Bobby. We're coming home. He had needed to go to Minneapolis to pick up a bed frame from IKEA because it was cheaper than getting it shipped down there. So we're like 20 minutes from home, and I texted Dragoni saying, "Hey,
Are you alive?
are you live?"
My response was, yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
He was surprised that I responded, and then because I've told him about a story which we won't touch on quite yet because he has quite forcefully told me to shut my fucking mouth about it until he's done reading it so we can
"It's a
talk about
long
it.
ass story."
But yeah, so he hates me for this. I just laugh. And then our editor was wondering what I was up to, and my response, without thinking, was just, finger up my butthole. His response
And
was...
his thing is, it's like you can't tell if he's lying or not, especially over a text. It's like he very well
You
could
can't
be,
hear the very potential, but maybe non-existent sarcasm.
even if he
Because
were...
I don't emphasize on anything unless it's excessively important, and that very rarely happens, so it's always just standard text, no emoticons, anything like that. I would text, my mom just died, I won't be able to make it to the podcast day. No regular text, no sad face, no that shit. And they'd be like, oh shit, well, wait, is he serious? And then I could also...
We'd have to go to his mom's house to find out.
Yeah, so
because
figure
we
out-
wouldn't be able to get the real info out of this fool.
Finger on my butthole, it's like, shit, alright, whatever. So his response to that was, well, ... You should stop plating, by the way.
I know, I
Yeah.
mistyped that.
Stop playing with that. That's supposed to be a one-way street. My only response to that was in a very monotone text. But free fudge.
No punctuation, nothing. I'm just like, oh god.
Yep, his response to that was never change. Never change.
Yeah.
So done.
And then after that, we got into IKEA. And
Yeah.
nobody wants to hear about that.
It's IKEA.
It's IKEA. So, all right, continuing on. What was the other group you were going to talk about?
So I
besides
was doing Humans in
Equestria?
Equestria and Misunderstood Humans in Equestria as well. It's not the full title of the name. Give me a second here. I'll pull up the full group name here. Shit.
Passed it.
Yep, right, passed it.
Passed it.
Misunderstood Humans and Other Creatures in Equestria. Now, that group only has 84 stories, but each of the stories I've read from that, no, I haven't read them all, working on it,
Yeah, no,
have been...
we haven't read all these stories.
have
in
been
this
really
group.
interesting. Even if not well done, the thought that went behind them was intriguing enough to make me go, alright, curiosity boner, I'll click it. And then I
You have
fucking fucked
Piqued
its
my
brains out.
curiosity.
Each story I've read from there, I have liked. Despite how poorly done some of them have been, I have.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's one of those groups. It's like, yeah, this is kind of like an amateur writers. I just want to see this done type group.
Oh god.
But hey, they did it.
Jesus, Freedom versus Harmony has more stories than Misunderstood Humans and Other Creatures. You figure those two would be pretty fucking close.
Admittedly, yeah. My other group was Never Ending Stories. A lot of the stories I read have just gone on, and they don't stop. There's no ending. Stories like this, there's like the comedy slice of life one, Awful Lot of Coffee in Equestria, which is just vignettes of Celestia Luna and Cadence's having coffee.
Yep.
And it's hilarious, some of the dialogue in there.
Diaries of a Madman.
Diaries of the Madman, yeah.
You're Human
Jesus.
in You, for all of you who read that, and for the love of God, why does that exist?
It's not a bad story. This is one of those stories I haven't read
38
it.
stories that are based off of that or take place in that fucking universe. Saitama going grocery shopping takes place in that fucking
Oh,
universe.
does it? Yeah, I haven't read it. I picked it up, I think, and I looked at it, but I didn't really try
I
it.
think I'm
The story
40 chapters in.
Dragoni got me on, Rebirth of the Damned. Ridiculously long story that I started reading
Wait,
today.
Do you really want to call that? It's only 632,000. That's not. Wow. The fact I can say only 632,000 really ain't that long. But I
Compared
digress.
to
'Cause-
Diaries of a Madman, which is almost 2 million words strong.
Or Man of War, also over the million mark. Good story as well.
Yep.
Still haven't finished that one, come to think of it.
See here, another story in this one. See here, yeah, so I think that was all the stories I read. Utoan is a popular one, and that one's a ridiculously long series. It's not just that story. Like, you can include the whole series into this never-ending stories set, although all the other ones have obviously completed, and Utoan is, I think, the last one.
I don't know. I haven't read the series,
Yeah.
but I'm just gonna point out this whole never-ending story thing. You guys remember the movie Never-Ending Story?
Oh, Friendship is Magic Equestrian Heroes.
Yep,
We've
that's a
read
good
that
You're
one.
welcome. But that whole never-ending story, it was only an hour and 12 minutes long. That never-ending story was a pretty fucking short story. That name has always bugged me. Also, Gokai Ponies.
Yep.
Didn't read it. That was just a story I saw right there as he's flipping through here.
So, there's a lot of good stories. Definitely, these groups are. This is probably what separates Fimfiction the most from other websites.
The groups.
Is the groups.
Oh, yeah.
Being able to go say, hey, these stories are all related by either a universe or a multiverse, or they're just similar in genre.
God help us with the multiverse.
Chess Game of the Gods.
Chess Game of the Gods, any displaced story.
Oh,
which,
yeah.
I believe the official count now is there are 37 different multiverses happening in the displaced multiverse.
And then there's other ones like 7 years ago or whatever it is. That's its whole universe.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Fallout Equestria. I mean,
Oh,
Neverending Stories has a separate Fallout Equestria universe folder.
Yeah, it only has
Yeah.
6 stories, but
That's 6 stories that are all,
Mm.
see here, 600,000 words plus.
Yeah, the shortest one is 656,000. The next shortest after that is 696.
696.
And then they bump up to the 800,000.
800,000s.
And then the next 2 are in the millions.
And one of them, Project Horizons, is almost 2 million. So,
Project Horizon.
yeah. And there's only 3 inactive stories.
Son of a bitch.
You saw a story he's reading. This is the thing. We read so many stories that it's guaranteed we pick up stories either by accident because we carelessly look at it without reading the tag, or it just happens over time that become hiatus or even canceled.
Yeah.
We were actually just talking not long ago
Hard
about
so much.
how
when you
many
just pick up a
stories-
story because it's really long and you want something to kill and you
Yeah.
don't realize it's on hiatus or canceled and you get to the last chapter and then the next chapter after that is just the Arthur going, yeah, no, I'm done. You're like,
oh yeah,
no, like Shepard's R&R. You fucking bastard.
it's not on Fimfiction, but I think it was a rose with a dash of cocoa.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
It's a Ruby fanfiction on fanfiction.net, and I picked it up, and well, the author hadn't updated for a while, and he suddenly updated. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm just dropping this." He was a total bastard about it. He wasn't even like, "Yeah, no."
I remember you
I'm
talking
done.
about that one when that happened.
I
You,
was mildly upset, but
you
nicely.
threatened to flip my table. I didn't even have a table at the time, and you threatened to flip it. I
Yeah.
pointed that out, and you're like, well, wait till you get a table and flip that fucker. I'll hold it in. What's your response?
And I spent most of the day at your place, and I didn't flip your table, though.
I didn't have a table for you to flip.
No, you're right. It's Bobby's, but
Exactly.
But you know, we've read a bunch of canceled stories. I picked up way too many. Oh my god, a dragon and his daughter, or a daughter and I don't remember. DAD,
I'm
but
pretty sure it's a daughter and her dragon.
yeah, but that one was on hiatus for like almost 3 years, and it finally started updating it again. And the author has just been pumping them out. And I'm really happy about that. I know he's said, you know, I'm going to have to go on hiatus again.
Is he just writing these in like big arcs? Just this arc done. That arc done. That arc done.
Part of that, yes. But I think there's some medical issues in the background and stuff going on in his life. I'm not going to really explain it to
Unless
you.
you lose all your fingers, you can write, and even then, when you lose all your fingers, you can just headbutt that and use your nose as your finger. It takes a lot longer, I'll give you that, but I mean, come on now.
Yeah, I think he does some blogs on it. So I'm not really going to tell you much about it. It's not my place. I don't like telling other people's stories specifically.
I don't mind telling people's stories. I just don't mind. I don't like telling people's life stories.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm a bit of a gossip whore, despite how I look and sound.
Level dasher. So yeah, I'm just looking.
That'd be me as a pony.
But yeah, so he's putting out. Maybe he's putting out one more chapter. He hasn't said for sure. But anywho, so that's definitely check out some groups. The easy way to find them is actually go through your favorites. Yeah, favorites or tracking on the website, and there's actually a related groups box, and you can go through there, and holy crap, you can find some good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like, for example, if you like stories that I like reading, for my top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My top 10 related groups are One Piece bronies, One Piece crossovers. Fuck you, I like One Piece, don't say shit. Misunderstood humans and other creatures. Displaced, Freedom versus Harmony, anime crossovers, Human Magic, Human in Equestria, Library of Humanity, and the Anthro Army.
Yeah.
I am very
Which I think the Anthro Army is in mine, Human in Equestria's, Human Magic. Yeah.
I see. Human Magic is good, but Misunderstood Humans and Other Creatures is better, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah. I do like seeing...
I guess, rather, that one's far more specialized in my personal taste.
Yeah. I do like seeing the humans that have magic, so I think that's
you
really
want
cool.
one about humans with good magic? Not Hollow Shades, although that is a good story.
Yeah, that's on my to-read list. So many on my to-read list. Oh my god, people save me.
Right there. Horse Feathers, a tale from humans acting villains verse. Fucking great story.
Great story. All right.
He needs to update. When was the last time he was online? I swear to God, one of those. Okay, no, he was online just 7 hours ago.
Yeah.
That's more than enough time to write a fucking story. But then again, he's doing 8 stories. You guys know something I realized I should make way more sense than it is? Since at first glance, Edricidian Files / Kingdom Hearts crossover.
Oh god. That makes a lot of sense. Oh no. So yeah, that's really everything I think we got tonight.
Unless you want to talk about any particular story in each group that might put them onto them.
Never-ending stories, Pickup Diaries, and Madman. Just saying, that's it's a bit dark. It can get a lot of dark.
Okay, in fairness, that is my middle ground.
Yeah, but that's some people's ooh. Cool, baby.
It's not that bad.
It's
It's
not
just a lot
compared
of.
to.
It's really just a lot of rape, and then
It's really just a lot of rape.
it is like that's like really the worst thing that happened there was a lot of rape, and then I guess
Antarctica.
okay, that was more. Of
Antarctica.
that's not that bad.
Dude,
He got trapped in an underground mine full of ghosts.
Okay.
That's not really that bad.
Here's how bad the torture was for.
He wasn't that. He wasn't
I swear,
tortured.
Dragoni's a sadist. So he read
Yes.
that
Oh, yeah,
Antarctica
you're right.
section like 4 times and fangirled over it. You think I fangirl about something? He fangirled. I mean, high pitched voice, squealing, and oh
Would
my
you
god,
like an reenactment?
go for it.
Okay. So the first time I read it, I was like, "Whoo!" And then the second time I read it, I was like, "Oh my god!" And then the third time, I was just like, "Oh!" And then the fourth time, the time he heard, still slightly ashamed about this, but my response was, "Oh!"
He did that in the middle of Domino's during, or actually right after a busy rush. So there were customers in the lobby. It was hilarious.
That is the reason why I have the slight shame, because they all looked at me, and my response wasn't, "I'm sorry." It was, "Why aren't you doing this?" Kind of look at my face like, "I felt good. Why aren't you doing it?" It's like walking through the town with your pants unzipped and your half-hard cock in your hand, just slowly stroking, making eye contact with everybody.
Asserting that dominance.
Yeah, why aren't you doing it? And then you go to jail, obviously, but I mean, you got a half-hard cock in your hand, so I mean, it's not that bad. You come prepared when you go to jail and like, bend over, you're like, "You really? Really?" Just keep eye contact, keep the slow stroke going, and I've gone too far.
Yeah. Okay. Before we get out of here, I want to ask the question: if we were to do a drunk podcast, yes, we're actually sober. Holy shit!
Presently.
When were
Presently.
have we? I think we tried a drunk podcast one,
Well, it was more we had a beer.
and it wasn't even really a beer.
It was a copper
Cider.
air.
It was a cider.
Copper ale. Excuse me, English
Oh,
failed
yeah,
me.
You had the ale, I had a cider.
No, we had the same.
Oh, we did, and then we had the cider. I had the cider after the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, so if we were to do a drunken podcast, what should we do? Leave a comment down below so that we can find out. And if we ever do that, we're definitely going to want to hear from you guys to see what's up. All right. With that said, I'm Dragon Ginger.
I'm Dragoni Brony.
This has been Dragons of Fanfic. We'll catch you all later.